Morning everyone, I know that current times are hard on us all, and we haven't exactly got friends to lean on at the moment, unless you count a face on a computer screen that is. But there's just something about having a physical companion who you can genuinely interact with. Lucky for us that this week, we're taking a look at the weighted companion cube from Portal, ideal for all of your friendship requirements. The Aperture Science Weighted Companion Cube is an approximately 1 meter cube box with various ornate cutaways and a pink heart printed on each of its surfaces. The cube is very similar in appearance to the weighted storage cubes, but is utilised much more sparingly in test chambers than its highly disposable counterpart. The companion cube, whilst appearing almost identical to the weighted storage cube, is differentiated by a pink heart on each of its surfaces instead of the typical Aperture logo. It is also utilised much less in a single test cycle, usually only once, and normally acts as a sole usable cube for the test chamber it's in. This means that the test subject must carry the cube throughout the test, often growing attached to it along the way. In most instances, the test subject must then toss the cube into an incinerator in order to continue. It's likely that the whole chamber is less of an analysis of the functionality of the handheld Portal device, like other tests, and is instead some sort of psychological experiment, unwittingly forced upon the test subject. This can be supported by the fact that the cube has been deliberately differentiated from other cubes, with a welcoming heart decal that is endearing to most people, if only on a subconscious level. Forcing the subject to bring the cube with them, using it to overcome obstacles, begins to form a primal bond, which it's simply human nature to do, even with inanimate objects. Furthermore, some test subjects have been advised that the cubes are sentient and have the capacity to speak. Judging by the high-stress environment of the Aperture test chambers, a claim like this, whilst sounding ridiculous to a regular person, might sound plausible or even welcome to an isolated, highly strung test subject longing for companionship. When it is finally time to incinerate the cube, results are presumably collected on how subjects react and how well it matches their psychological profiles. In essence, this test may simply be a way of revealing the true nature of a person via subtle manipulation of their most basic instincts. In many cases, however, the test becomes somewhat invalid, as some subjects grow so attached to the cube that they either refuse to place it into the incinerator or are left mentally scarred from doing so. While it's generally assumed that everything stated about the cube's sentience is a falsehood, there are some theories that consider that they may in fact be true. Some ideas have suggested that the innards of the companion cube are some sort of fleshy abomination, barely aware of the world around them, that have been known on occasion to speak random words. Another hypothesis posits that rather some tormented creature cooped up in the Aperture labs, the cube instead contains a human, most of the time dead, but sometimes still living. Whilst the only real way to find out its true contents is to cut one open, thus far this has either not been attempted or cannot be achieved. There is evidence, however, to suggest that the companion cubes are much more durable than initially believed, and are not actually destroyed when placed into the incinerator, with one actually being returned to test subject Chell upon her departure from the Aperture labs. Whilst initially appearing to be glorified storage cubes, the experiments that the companion cubes facilitate make them of considerably more interest. The fact that their contents can be called into question, and may be something truly horrific, only makes them even more intriguing. And for the mystery alone, the Aperture Science Weighted Companion Cube has been given an artifact rating of significant. So for sure, this item has one of the most unnecessarily long names of any item I've ever covered, so I can see why people just call it the companion cube. Although the thought of there being a dead body inside it makes it less of a companion and more of a horror cube. Food for thought there. Don't forget to subscribe for more course content and become a patron for only $1 a month to get access to my whole new upcoming lecture series. I hope you have a great week and don't join any suspicious test programs. I'll see you next time.